so that the top of that. Whoops. I just clip it because I've got to photograph it. If it's worth it. Oops. I'll put another one here. And I'll put another one just to hold that flat because the board, the board is sort of resting on the back of the easel. I've lost a clip. Oh dear. Oh, I've got two smaller clips. I've got it. Right, okay, there we are. Oh, no we're not. Take that off. Right, well, that'll do. I can photograph it. I have to lift it up, otherwise the photograph's upside down. Anyway, thanks for persevering, folks. I hope you take something from that and it encourages you to loosen up and paint a freestyle painting. If you don't like it, paint over it. Bye-bye. Morning, folks. Sitting here contemplating what I might or might not do. So when I do that, I'll just go through my palette. Oh, I forgot to put some white out. Right, okay. I'm always trying to think of something I can put on here that will represent a landscape and abstraction. It's very difficult, I find. I love doing trees and skies and things like that. But anyway, oil painting, we're back to the good old oils. I'm using linseed oil and a bit of liquid. This is a litre bottle of pure linseed oil. Synonymous flax oil, raw linseed oil, pure cold pressed. That's got, anyway, it's a beautiful oil, and I've just ordered another litre can of it. It'll probably see me out. I've had this a couple of years, but it does last. It's lovely. It's completely harmless, unless you drink it. I wouldn't recommend drinking it. You probably cook with it. I've tried walnut oil. That works. There's walnut oil. Got that from Asda. I haven't cooked with it. There's a quarter of a litre, that one. But I could still use that. So I do get asked from times what I'm using for oils. There's my liquid. Now, when the liquid or any of these black top bottles where the click, it's just sort of a childproof thing. Well, that's okay if you've got children, but if you haven't, I just slice up the black lid. I can't show you because I haven't got one, but I took it off. But I cut it off. And then this seals easy, no clicking, no getting angry, throwing it at the wall. So it's worth the effort. It can be done. Ancillaries, well, I've got all these clips and things. I'm wasting time, aren't I? I know that. Right, okay. So let's make a start and see where we go. Linseed oil, a bit of fast dryer, the liquid. And a bit of ochre and a bit of white. Ooh, what's that? Oh, brush fell off the little side cabinet. Well, cabinet. So I'm going to try and do something. I haven't done before. I mean, I could do any amount of tree paintings, but I get bored with them as well, and that's why it's good to have a change, go into acrylic or back to watercolour for a while, and then you'll come up with some good stuff, and then you can go back to your main medium, which in my case is oil. I'm using oil paper. It's A3 size, a bit less because I've got the masking tape around it. I like doing that because the one, it holds the paper to the board and doesn't buckle very much. Well, it doesn't. And the back of this paper, it is paper, but it's got a plastic membrane. Right, so here we go for a few days and relax and... Right, okay, well that's a start, isn't it? So now we can paint that. Now that will start drying into the paper, which is good because it's blocked at the back. I'll show you if you haven't already seen it. These pads are absolutely superb. There we are, oil paper pad, Art Studio Medium. If you want to photograph it. Art Studio Premium oil paper pad, and A3. You can draw on it, you can paint in watercolour on it. Acid free, 15 sheets for £7. Can't be bad. Lovely, lovely, lovely paper. And even Hobbycraft haven't caught up with this one yet. I'm not a lover of Hobbycraft. They don't seem to have anything that I want, other than a brush or two, or some acrylic. But I like buying my oils in large tubes because it's the most convenient way to do it. And right, now then, I'm going to rescue that brush that fell off, because it's one of my worn brushes, worn out, and it does lovely things. So let's start to make some marks on it. I've got Payne's Grey. I love Payne's Grey. Let's just no start in the middle. The oil's a bit, still a bit wet. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making marks on the paper to see where we can go. I don't really want to connect that up. The idea is just to make some marks. Can add a bit of red with that. This is sort of having fun with your paint, really, just to see what you can do with it, with the different colours. But above all, don't worry about what other people will think of it. I have to, because I've got quite a big following now, so I've got to think of the people that bother to tune in. Bit of yellow with that. grasses. Could be grass, couldn't it? I've got to go and cut my grass for the first time this year. Interesting. Let's put some. Now, I've got an idea of this. It's sort of the reeds or the marsh grass on the wetlands, It's an area in a large park, not far from here, that we cycle through. And we stand on a boardwalk, which is quite new, well, for 3 years. Strange this. Well, not what I had in mind, but called it jungle. Soon be spring. It's a lovely day today. A bit cold wind, but it's lovely. So I'll work up a sweat, no doubt. We could turn that into some water. This is called the wetlands, and it certainly is wet. And it's the water table is very high in our area. Talking about Wallington, Carshalton, around Morden, all parts of Surrey, where I live, and it's just very beautiful. Right, I think we could put some blue back here, you know. so you can reflect it, or I can reflect it. Are you still watching? Right, let's get some. I mean, you can use black. It's this is more or less black, but I mix it to make it even darker. The paint's grey. Is just to mix it with a bit of burnt sienna. You got a lovely dark. Look at that. Right, let's get some blue. Let's splash the blue. Now you can see what's happened. We've found a way through. Like a bit of a jungle, but doesn't matter. Just bang on. I'm going to put some darks back. Sorry about the wobbly board. Oops, be careful. The back leg is balanced on a brick. what I do know is that somebody will like this. I think we need to connect the one here. That's put some brakes in it. Now we want to do blue that will justify the lighter blues down below. So here we go. Put some linseed. I don't think we can do that. That's what we want. That's a nice orange. Colour. Okay, well, meadow. Right, we'll put that in the mounts. Abstract flooding the wetlands, something like that. Now, Morden Hall Park is a very historical park in the South London, Morden. It's very beautiful, very large. They have country fairs in the autumn. The river Wandle goes through it, and the children play in it in the summer. It's absolutely lovely. Rose gardens, nursery, well, nursery meaning for flowers. I don't know any of the kings or queens that ever lived there. Our own park in Wallington here, there's the Carew Manor, and the Carews are a very old family. It's a school now, but it has been added to. There's a brilliant church, the 11th century church, called St Mary's, and the Carews of Beddington, called Beddington, were, well, one of the daughters, I believe, married Sir Walter Raleigh, the guy that brought tobacco and potatoes and oranges back to the UK in the 16th century. It's still, much of it is still intact. The church itself is very, very good. It's a lovely place. They even hold theatre plays in the church itself, and that's lovely on a nice summer evening. What else can I say about Beddington? Queen Elizabeth I, daughter of Henry VIII, she would come to Beddington, to the house, the main house, quite often. So we've got a raised section on the road called Elizabeth's Walk. That's really nice, very historic. So that sort of justifies all this stuff that I do of the parks and the Wandle and stuff. I'm very lucky to have it. I wouldn't mind living at the coast, but I'm about 38 miles from the south coast. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little part. So I'm going to put a mount on that. I got sidetracked, but if it gives you a bit of help to visualise what I've just said, what I paint does not exist. The names are the names I give them. The paintings, but they're inspired by the lovely parks, and we're not that far from the Surrey Hills in Dorking, where my daughter lives, but you've got to use your car to get there, and I don't really like using my little car. Right, there we go. See what we've got. Well, there we are. An abstract landscape. I hope you like it. It helps you to free up, but gay abandon, I suppose that's the cliche. Push it up a bit.